Welcome to Profiles in Eccentricity, a show about weirdos. With your hosts, John Fahey, Aaron Peter, and Matt Brousseau.
Hello, folks. Welcome to Profiles in Eccentricity, the Patreon edition. It's a show about weirdos facing me, not a prettier man under the sun. I love you, Aaron Joseph Peta.
Thank you, John Francis Fahey.
You were tested.
That's right. That's right.
Matt, I don't know your middle name, buddy, but I love you.
Thank you.
I feel
Brousseau.
like it's Matt Francois Brousseau.
Joseph Carrasco.
Joseph Carrasco.
Yeah.
Wow.
Matthew Joseph Carrasco Brousseau.
There's so much about you we don't know.
Talk about Joseph Carrasco.
I believe he was on my mom's side.
Really?
Yeah.
Was he a spaz or a freak or anything?
Nah, normal guy.
Schizoid?
Maybe he killed someone in World War II. I don't know.
Oh. Schizoid?
Which side was he on?
Schizoid.
Now hold the phone here before you start chirping and chiming. Let me introduce you, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
Radisson Zahariev.
You're not even going to try my middle name.
I don't know. Do you have
It's
one?
Django.
Do you have one?
It's Boris.
Boris.
Yeah.
I knew that. I did know that. My brother doesn't have a middle name.
Oh, yeah, my mom either.
My parents were really psyched about naming my brother Rory, and they were like,
enough.
Rory. And then they're like, what's the middle name? And they're like, what? They're like really jazzed about this
Yeah,
name,
yeah.
and they're like, that's it, Rory.
We only thought about Rory.
Radiston Boris Zahariev joining us from the MMA Fighter episode.
RBZ.
Yes. Guys, a couple of things. Mina is here, the significant love of Radisson Zahariev.
Oh.
Effervescent.
My one and only.
Yeah, she starts spitting up about going to the Tiki Adult Theater.
Oof.
Yeah, she's like, I
It's,
want to go to the teak. I want to get poppers. She's talking about taking poppers.
She didn't say that.
No.
Well, I had to explain
But
to her what they are.
I have been, of course, religiously following the Tiki Adult Theater Yelp because it's one of my favorite episodes of the show.
Yeah.
And it's one of my favorite things in life.
Yes.
And and there's not, a new post on the Yelp for the Tiki Adult Theater like in years. And then I keep checking it and I keep checking
But just a few short months after we honestly bring it back from the dead.
Dude, I kind of wonder. Like, because no joke, there's this girl 21 days ago posts, her name is Sarai.
How do you spell that?
Like it sounds.
Yeah. Figure it out.
Sorry. Her name is Sorry.
Sarai.
Sorry.
She poses a question. And, you can do all types of shit on Yelp. You can like each other's comments.
Yeah.
And say,
So
"Oh,
this
that's
is
funny."
the Yelp for the
Tiki Adult Theater.
Jerk-off theater. Okay.
Yeah. She says, I'm thinking of going here. Is this a good place for a busty 23-year-old to go if she wants to be touched a little or just rub one out discreetly?
It can be.
What does her
Who says it's stopping at a little is my
Well,
thing.
she
Like,
just wants a little. She doesn't want.
I know what she wants. I'm talking about what's going to happen.
It's
Well, that's
tough,
why
yeah.
she's asking, John.
How do
Right,
you-
but you can't predict the attendees of the goddamn psychopath Tiki Adult Theater.
Well, sometimes it's a self-regulating entity where it's its own rules. Like, hey,
Oh, it's like the free market, huh?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's the honor system.
Well, listen, everyone, you go there, straight guys in the front,
Right. Yeah, here to jerk off, and then I mean,
homeless guys in the corner.
So she gets
so they
two-
can lay up on the side wall.
she gets two answers from fellas, of course. Yeah. Michael M says, "Don't go. ... The police are in there.
Was he in there right as it was happening?
The police are in there, plain clothes, and then." In parentheses, he writes undercover.
Oh,
I get it.
That's not an off
Not
day.
worth the risk. Go to Studs instead, which is a gay
Gay.
It's a
theater,
gay theater.
right?
I mean, try it out.
And then he says, yeah, try it out. But yeah, I mean, but I've also seen reviews of Studs where women have gone in like a pack, a crew.
a murder
A murder
of broads.
No, there's guys too. But when they went in there, the guy behind the counter was like, "You do know this is like a gay theater." But I think one of the rooms in Studs does show straight porn.
Well, is it bi? Do they do bi stuff?
Well, I think they were just saying to the girls, like, "Hey, just so you know, like, this is, mainly a gay theater thing." But even the straight room in Studs, I think, is to lure in straight men who then have an excuse for going there and doing hookup stuff.
I see someone's been around the block once or twice.
Sexuality.
When you devote a portion of your life to Yelp and adult theaters, you learn a thing or two.
Of course.
So let me ask you, Sarai, about Sarai. What's the rest of her Yelp activity look like?
Well, I'm just gonna tell you the other thing. The other thing, Dave Y says.
Oh, Dave Y.
Oh, second answer to her question.
Second answer to her question. I was thinking of taking my wife there for a few hours. Is it safe? He adds a question. Let's see what Sarai's got going. She's.
I bet she's fat.
She doesn't have.
Fat.
I bet she.
That's okay.
What do you mean?
I never said it's not
okay.
okay.
I think just by bringing it up, the implication.
No, she has nothing aside from that.
Yeah.
And
She
also,
has nothing.
like,
Sounds fake.
that's bad advice they're giving, because if you're this lady and you just go there to get groped, even if cops come,
they're
you're not
coming.
really doing anything illegal.
Right.
Right? Like, you're just sitting there getting your titty touched. Like, what? Depends how far you take it, I suppose.
I don't know the.
That's a great point,
the letter
Rad.
of the law here, Rad. But
Yeah, it's
Let
more.
me tell you what it is. If you're getting your titty touched, you're good.
Oh. Hey, and if you're touching titty, you're great.
So then Cindy H comes up and she's got like a cute profile picture.
Oh,
Sort
so
of thing.
this is the next.
The next question. Same day.
And it's
Same day.
yeah, okay.
So say
This is all very
second profile from this guy.
yeah, yeah.
She says basically the same question. How's the environment here for the ladies? If any of us go inside this theater, I figured it would be kind of creepy walking in here by myself. Absolutely.
Yes. Go with take a friend.
Take Sarai.
Take.
The buddy
absolutely-
system.
yeah,
Yeah, she's
right,
heavy.
exactly.
She could take a punch. She'll be all right.
What are you?
Yeah, she could block out the sun, or you could render her fat for lard, or whatever.
You just decided she's huge.
The MMA episode is over.
Why is she a big girl and this?
I'll
this
tell you
other-
why if you want me to. But then, like, you
'Cause-
can't look at me and laugh like I just said some ridiculous.
Because she said she was busty.
No, let's hear this logic.
Yeah,
There's
okay.
probably some brilliance to this.
Listen, what, like, if she says 23 busty, that's like, girls that describe themselves as busty
it's like saying
usually,
thick.
that's like, yeah. That's, it's not for sure, but, like, it's a good, what,
It's almost BBW. Right.
and then, like, on top of that, she's going to a jerk-off theater to get groped by men, which tells me that there's something going on there. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say,
Yeah,
like,
but I mean, like you could just be a good old fashioned pervert, dude.
Right, that's the thing. The thing is,
There are just weirdos.
You only
and-
need one.
And weirdos like to go to weirdo places. So, like, I would say you could be astonished by some of the clientele that would go there.
Right. Also, Brad,
Fred Willard's there.
she could just be ugly.
I mean, I suppose so, yeah. Yeah, she could, but then even so, if she's busty and ugly and not fat, like,
It's dark in there, bro.
let me propose something,
Please.
and
let's
like we'll
hear
leave this to
We'll start a
if I
porn
get a
series
hold
called
of her-
Busty and Ugly.
If I get a hold of her,
What?
What, like goon arm?
no, not goon arm, just like get in touch with her and bring her here. We could like just go through the whole, like we could delve into like what brings a 23
Busty.
busty-year-old,
Sure.
Sarai.
possibly ethnic lady named Sarai.
So does let me ask them. This is gonna kind of put things into perspective here. Same day, post.
Same day posts.
Both ladies.
Both
in
ladies
air quotes.
asking if it's okay.
Right. What does this second lady have in terms of her history?
She has like a little bit of rating activity, but no reviews or anything else.
What does she rate?
What's her favorite Chinese restaurant?
There was none of that.
Sarai.
This was not. This was not Jenny J. Like this was not a fleshed out.
Yeah, I think this. I think there's a good possibility that
It's a man fishing.
It's the theater.
Oh, it's a great idea, actually. They saw our episode. They said, we're looks like we're up on the Google. Let's get a social media manager.
Right.
Turn up our SEO and make it seem like chicks go here.
Yeah. From
Yeah.
what? From I listen.
Why
to
don't they
that
hire
episode.
us?
Honestly, I don't know why they haven't.
I think we
like,
get a free show at this point.
I think we should get at least 8 hours free. That's a $20 value.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, it would be like this place is sketchy, but you know that John, Aaron, and Matt will be there.
Come on down. Yeah, we should have a profile.
Hey, not everybody, but 3 people know your name.
Uh-huh.
Right? Yeah.
The
Like,
cheers of Jackoff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a great idea, but I feel like from
Is it
listening
Woody?
to the Teak episode, what was going on? Like you said, there was like a
I don't trust
like
your
there was
great
one
ideas.
TV. No, I'm saying like it
So,
was a
yeah.
great idea if like somebody that works there
Sure.
pretended they're.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that's
But you said there was like a broken TV kind of showing
so
porn.
there
on
was
one.
the screen, there was
yeah.
the projection screen, the big screen, and that was playing a DVD that was fucking up, and it had the sound. The sound through the system was playing what was being projected, and up in the corner to your right was a like a flat screen TV. I wouldn't say over 33 inches. Definitely not plasma or LED. Probably just a good old fashioned LCD, and it was playing another movie. That was kind of in the reality porn genre, like, you know, MILF pickup, something
Sure, but
like
two
that.
windows open.
Right.
Not
yeah, it was two
not
tabs,
mom
yeah.
fucks not
Exactly.
son.
Yeah, and it did not have sound, so it was kind of, and it all smelled like Fabuloso and cum.
Okay, so and then on top, let me
Yeah,
ask
it
you
did
this:
smell
when you guys
remarkably
went
clean.
in, the
It's too
person
clean.
that worked out front, did they seem to be on top of things?
Oh, I mean, they were fucking taking notes like it was a concentration camp, like,
Yeah.
which you kind I mean, like, they ripped off a tag, like a ticket, and they
Yeah.
wrote that down, and the time, they noted the time, and
Yeah.
like the,
And I bought a
the
water,
bear-
but it was like a fucking like a cooler of ice.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was pretty like
It was like 8, like and then they had like a bottle of poppers taped to the
window.
inside window.
so like between you and the conversation with the man you're paying, there's a bottle of poppers the whole
That's
time.
good advertising, though.
Yeah,
Sponsored by Rush.
It was like don't forget the poppers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So my point is this: that picture you just painted, does that sound like the type of business that somebody will take the initiative to go through and make like
I think it
a
sounds
female profile and
Right.
like go and like make this story up on the off chance that like people look at it and be like, oh, there's
yeah.
did a 23-year-old I can touch.
I mean, but with how meticulous the guy was with the notes, the never-ending ingenuity of crooks, and the suspect nature of Yelp in general, I think it's very, very possible.
I mean,
But
yeah.
also, it only takes 2 perverts to post, but they post on the same day,
That is
Same question.
and there's never women in there.
Right.
I mean, there was a sleeping homeless guy.
Yeah. I mean, there's some.
I mean, you know,
I wonder if
the
that's
only
related.
the only way that we're gonna figure this out is
I think we
I
got to
think we got to go back. Freak at the Teaks too.
I'll join you this time.
I'll come if I
Yeah.
can bring my girlfriend.
She gave you a thumbs up.
Oh, that's nice.
Let us scope it out.
Oh,
first.
2 thumbs up.
No, she's got to learn.
There's the middle finger.
Because here's the thing. She
You're like the
asked me to
mama
go.
duck that pushes the ducks off the tree. Just to
She
say-
did, like, I brought it up before.
Into the porn
and
theater.
she was like, do you want to go? And I was like, you don't understand what it is. Like, you would hate it there.
Yeah, it's not hot. Like, if you want kind of like something a little hot, go into like one of the movie arcades at a Romantics or something like that.
Yeah, some like a...
At a sex shop.
A sex shop, yeah.
Like those theaters are probably there's at least some at least a facade of safety
Yeah.
or appropriateness to the venue. I mean, the Teak is just so. I mean, there were guys out there who were like selling. I mean, they bought the 8-hour pass and were just like going in and out selling drugs. It seemed like.
It's a last resort, it seems like.
Yeah. It's not cool.
No.
I mean, we outlasted the guys from Vice or whatever, but
Right.
They're not
we
cool.
stayed 38 minutes.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the other thing is if she comes out, probably won't have it in me to go back and jerk off.
Well, they tell you if you bring a girl there, get ready to kind of like fight off dudes that are gonna bug her.
Right, because, I mean, to be fair to those guys, why else are you there?
Right. Yeah, that's what they think is up.
Right.
That's the deal.
That's the society that's the society that you're entering. You're entering a place
Sure.
where you bring girls here to get touched a little or a lot. I mean, that's the whole cruising, or dogging.
Yeah.
If you're in the UK, like
Yeah.
that's that subculture is you bring your piece around to fuck around.
Yeah.
It is not cool there at all. But
It's not.
I'll
and
definitely go
it,
back.
it
I'll try
does
it
have
out.
the air of there's a little tension. I mean,
Yeah.
you get enough men in a room, there's tension.
Yeah, they're all their nuts are bottled up.
Yeah.
Ooh, who's gonna want to pop?
Yeah, and I don't know. We heard that dude like this bag crinkle. It's like, what are you bringing in here?
Yeah. Like, are you? I don't want to turn around, but it sounds like you're sucking on a lollipop.
Yeah. I heard some slurping.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to turn around because then it's like you're
Right.
It's like turn around. Oh, it's just a Werther's.
and you're like, oh man, now I'm like in the party because I looked in your eyes.
Werther's come.
Rad, you lived in Canada.
Sure did.
That's a cesspool.
Speaking of jack-off theaters,
CG.
the jack-off theater of the North.
I went looking for a porn clip to do another media episode. This porn clip got away from me somehow,
Oof,
and I've
that's
been
tough.
looking for it ever since. And I want to do another high gravity piss beer media episode for the show. And I've been doing all this crazy shit to find this fucking porn clip. And one of the things I did was enlist my friend, who's kind of like a maniac internet guy, who can find. He's found me like crazy movies, like old horror movies I've been looking for from Germany in 1983 that aren't printed on DVD. He's gotten me like crystal clear digital copies of it and stuff. I'm like, hell yeah.
Do you think I'm the porn version of that guy?
No.
Because you'd be right.
But he said, I sent him looking for this porn clip, and in that time, he was like, while looking for your insane porn clip, I found this, and he sent me this article from the NY Mag.
Oh, yeah, New York Magazine.
Yeah.
Or is
And
it NY Mag? I don't know.
It's all about this guy in Canada who's 42 and he's dating a horse.
It's like that play with Daniel Radcliffe.
Yes.
Right.
Equus.
Right.
You love Equus.
Equus.
Dude.
is one of my favorite movies ever.
Yes.
Yeah, but how do you feel about Equus?
Yeah.
Equus. I don't know about it. I don't really know about it.
I'm for Equus rights, bro.
Ah, dude, you're progressive, homie. Well, this guy's for Equus rights because he was like, let me fuck my horse.
Yeah. Try it out.
Try it out, right?
What'd the horse say?
If you're a hot black stallion and you like to fucking fuck good.
Yeah. So this guy
Every
is
time.
he sees like a horse when he's like 7 years old. You know?
Ooh, that's a food crime.
And he's like he kind of like has like this like weird reaction to riding the horse, and he's like, I feel like it's like mean and cruel and stuff, and
To write it?
yeah, and he has like
7's 18 in horse years too, so it's
he thought the horse was perturbed. So this is like him beginning to say that he has this understanding of a horse's
Yes. I better fuck it.
Of course,
down.
of course.
needs, right?
it sounds like he just had a hard on, didn't know what it meant.
So he's like, he doesn't have any sexual shit or anything, but he says around 11 or 12, like when everybody's getting into like their dad's Playboy magazines, he's got this thing called the Big Book of Horses,
Oh, yeah.
right?
It's just name. It's just
And he's like, he's finding out everything about horses and shit like that in the fucking thing.
And then he gets to the cock section.
But then he's like jerking off to it,
you must be 18 and turn to this section.
right? So he's like,
It's
he's just like, he totally has his entire beginning of sexuality based around horses.
Yeah.
That's
Here's what I gotta ask: is it a male or a female horse he's dating?
Female.
Okay, good.
oh good.
oh good.
What do you mean?
You know exactly what I mean.
No! Why does that matter?
I mean, because
And because he's not gay, John.
Yeah.
You know why, John? Because God made Adam and horse Eve, not Adam and horse Steve.
Yes, Mr. Ed.
Not Miss Edna.
Well,
No, it is-
I would think
Your whole analogy is wrong.
I would
You're
think
saying it is Miss Edna.
dude, there's no logic here.
Yes.
I would think that if you're a guy who's into horses,
You're a hot black.
if you're a hot
Okay.
I would think, and call me a freak, call me a pervert,
All right.
but I would think you'd be into guy horses just because, I mean, they have such big cocks.
Yeah, that's actually why I asked the question. 'Cause
Right?
It's a whole
Like-
different game.
Like, a horse puss is not, like, in any physical way, I'm guessing, superior to a human puss, vagina, vulva.
Right, right.
Right? But a horse cock, clearly superior to a human cock.
Right, but
Yeah.
it'll also murder you.
Right? That's,
Sure,
hey,
sure.
If you're going to try
We've
it out,
all
you gotta
seen the
try it out.
video. We know
We
it's
all know
true.
Mr.
Yeah.
Hands, right? So
Yeah.
that in my head is, well, if you're going for horse, you're going for the physical superiority of it.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like this guy's got a genuine love of horse, and that's why he's going for horse heterosexual relations.
Well, no, he actually is kind of experimenting later with people in kind of like high school time, and he has
People?
Wait,
He's
humans.
experimenting.
you
with
mean he was
people.
having sex with humans?
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
okay.
yes. He
But-
starts
but
experimenting.
That
with
means he
humans.
decided to act right for a little bit.
Yeah. He was lying to himself. He was like, "Man, this vagina is far too clean and tight for me. I need something that
No, he's
smells like a barnyard and
I'll
I could slip
shame
into."
a horse fucker on the internet all day. I don't
No, no,
care.
no, no, no. Rad, I know you will, and that's why you're in the room. He's like dating girls and stuff like that, and he has like then he has like some experiences with men, and
Nice.
he loses his virginity. He's about 22, and he's like, I don't even really know if I like kissing men and stuff like that. And
beards.
he does lose his virginity to a horse, though.
Wait,
A female horse?
Yes.
he loses his horse virginity or his human virginity?
Yeah.
all
All of
He
of
loses
it.
all of the virginity. Well,
All
yeah,
of
you
it.
can't really come back from
All
that
right,
one.
so as a youngster, he fools around with some human women and some human men,
And he says,
but no losing human virginity.
Right.
he's saving it.
So he's saving it. Of
Yeah.
course.
Hey.
So what? So he then loses all virginities to a female horse, a mare.
Right. And now part of this is that he's grown up being attracted to horses, so he's talking to the zoophile community. Mm-hmm. And there's this whole thing of like
Zoophiles and eccentricity.
This don't
That's what this episode.
don't.
Yeah.
It is called that now. So like, there's this pressure to be an actual animal fucker because they're like, there's a lot of fakers out here. So like, there's this online like hazing.
The
Yeah,
community's
you
ragging.
ain't fuck no horse, bitch.
Yeah, man, you don't want to fuck
You
a
all
horse.
talk.
So then like, they kind of like get together and like.
Is there no good community out there who can't shame you into
I know. I mean, even the horse fuckers are shaming the non-horse fuckers.
Yeah.
What kind of
but
wild?
only don't forget this. Like he's a weirdo wallflower dude in high school, described as asexual basically because this is his sexuality.
H-sexual.
So he's got the very nice Matt. He's got the community to. Those are his real friends because they have your deepest, darkest secret.
Right, yeah.
And he's also had like the suicidal times where there's like a knife to his wrist and stuff like that because everybody's telling you you're the fucking worst piece of shit on earth.
Right.
So he's had all that stuff, and this community is like. So one of his friends is like, I've got a nice, pony. You can come fuck.
Right. Oh, it's a pony.
Yeah.
My Little Pony.
Is his friend a horse fucker?
My Little Pony could be your little pony.
Anybody that's letting this happen is in the zoophile community. Yes.
I was gonna say because if it's not, that's like how good of a friend is that?
Yeah, like just your high school friend.
Dude,
And
I know what you're going through. Just like
Yeah.
come after midnight, I'll let you fuck.
I'll
Yeah.
let you come after
Bessie.
midnight.
Yeah,
Right,
We'll put
yeah.
We'll put some peanut butter in its mouth.
So
or
he's
whatever.
got this Shetland cross with a stripe down the back, and like ever since then, that's his type.
Oh, well, it's good to find it early, I
You
guess.
know,
But
it's his redhead, if you will.
You can leave your horseshoes on.
Yeah. The friend is holding the horse's head, and
Leather strap
he's-
saddle.
he's like, kind of there to protect him, but also give
Who,
him his
the horse
privacy.
or the guy?
The guy, the friend.
Okay.
So the friend
So
is
it's a Shetland pony.
right,
So it's kind of smaller.
Not the biggest, yeah.
Right.
You're able to mount it, basically.
right,
Great.
yeah. So
Go on, please.
he says, to this day, it was the best sex I've ever had.
oh, well, that was his virginity, right?
And he's like, but in some ways I regret that first time. And the interviewer's like, why? And he's like, because I didn't get to know the horse.
Oh, yeah.
There's no intimacy.
Going on a date. You can take him out to dinner.
Oh, all those carrots.
So he has a current...
Butter up sugar cubes, get her all housed. Grinding up sugar cubes. Here you go, baby.
What I like about going on a date with a horse is when you put those slide blinders on them, you know they're paying attention to you when you're talking. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not looking around and shit.
And you can drink as much as you want because they're your ride.
Right.
You motherfucker.
You. So he has a mare friend now. And he's talking about the difference in intimacy with his first time experience where there was no, dating or courtship involved. And he's like, I'll tell you about the first time I had sex with my current mare friend.
Okay, hold on. Is he calling him mare friend or you?
He is.
All right.
He is.
Oh, yes.
He's like, I'd had her for about a year.
Had her?
Was there courtship?
I had her in the barn. I'd given her food.
Did he run her around the stake in the field there?
I brushed her, cleaned her under her tail.
Was he chivalrous?
Cleaned her face, scooped snot out of her nose.
Oh.
We knew each other very intimately. We were in a barn with all the lights out and a nice warm heater. It was lovely.
What what was the conversation like? What did she offer him? Was it just presents?
Well, she was settling in for the night, and I went to the stall and I just sat in the corner.
She took a big old steamer.
Cleaned out her dubs.
I let her come to me, and that's one of the things I'm very adamant about. I never
get horse consent.
Oh my.
Yes. Dude, that's what this whole article is about.
Jesus Christ.
He's like, I never use a halter or any kind of restraint.
Oh, good. You don't fuck the horse against its will.
Me too. Wilbur, come in my mouth. Sorry, I've been waiting 10 minutes to use that.
So she comes over and he
Is that peanut butter in your mouth or are you just giving me consent?
She chooses to come with me, and I leave her food, and she puts her head on my chest, and we snuggle, and I whisper sweet nothings in her ear.
It must be nothing.
Rub her cheeks, because she doesn't speak English. Yeah. And whisper sweet nothings in her ears, what she likes. By this stage, she knows I'll rub her thighs.
Yeah, well,
By this stage. In the courtship.
Hey, that got Connolly Durasso kicked out of a whole town.
You know?
You can lead a horse to cock.
I didn't realize there were so many.
So
Did he look his mare friend in the mouth?
Oh, you fucker. You just beat me to it.
Oh, God. So he goes, she turned around, have her legs touched or whatever.
Classic
and
horse.
She actually backed into me while I'm sitting down. I slip my hands a little further up and play with her genitals. All right? And the interviewer says, her clitoris? And he goes, yeah.
Yeah,
You bet, buddy.
Yeah.
So if
You can't miss the fucking thing.
She's turned her. He's sitting down.
Yeah.
She's turned around and backs into him.
Yeah, she's like, get my clitoris.
Is that reverse cowgirl?
Basically, yeah. See, so she says, her clitoris? He goes, yes. Now, one of the things that's a problem with horses is the height difference. So here's a little tip for you guys.
Well, clitoris is
Use a water bucket to stand on.
A water bucket.
How advanced.
Not a wide stool, so
Yeah.
something you could trip and fall into the horse with.
Right. Yeah. So he's like, in the case, I was sitting with my back to the wall. She had actually pressed into my face hard enough that I was pinned there performing oral sex. So he's just going down on this horse.
Going up, going down.
Yeah, going up, going down. And the interviewer's like, she was dominating? And he goes, she was enjoying it. I wouldn't say she was trying to dominate it. I think she was just expressing her enjoyment.
Yeah.
We did that for about 20 or 30 minutes. Jesus!
This guy's got commitment.
And he goes, mares aren't easy to satisfy. They need a lot of stimulation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Big animal.
Ask Matthew Broderick.
It's like anything else.
Guys?
And
Oh, yeah, nice.
he says, this leads me to the penetrative sex. I was about 38 at the time, and I was 10 to 15 pounds too heavy for the bucket.
Did he say he was?
So he goes, I'm standing on the bucket, my drawers are dropped.
He said he was 38.
Yeah.
So this has taken like 10 years for him to get to this point.
Oh no, yeah, no, he's had other.
He's had
but
smaller
this
horses.
He's talking about the intimate first experience with his current mare friend.
Right.
How old is he? He's 42 now.
42. Right. This is his current mare friend. What happened to the other ones, I don't know.
Long-term relationship.
So she's like, whatever, and she's like sniffing and rubbing on him because she's like, what the hell? I was, he's like, I'm standing on a bucket with my drawers dropped, and now she's sniffing around. And, he's like, I got my cock out, and now her face is there, so I'm a little worried, she might get the chomps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
That's what he's saying. And so he's kind of like, I'm covering it, but it's,
She's like, give me that dick.
she's like, after having all the half hour of oral sex, she turned and lifted her tail up and was like, go ahead, go at it.
She just needed to inspect it first, make sure it's not breeding.
Does he say he fucked the horse in this article?
Yes.
Okay, that's illegal.
Oh,
No. That's the fucked up part. Like,
I know.
eating the horse's pussy is perfectly legal in Canada.
Right.
Fucking like penetration makes it illegal for bestiality.
Wow.
Probably in America too, but
Well, he's
you're
obviously
the Canadian expert.
anonymous in this article, of course,
Right.
right?
Keep going.
So he's saying there's the only safety concerns are it's you don't want to have sex with a horse that has sex with other people because there's an STD
Ew, gross.
problem,
Yeah.
But it's actually safer to have horse sex than human sex.
yeah. HGDs, I think they're called.
I mean,
So,
can get hoof and mouth.
you never go hoof to
There
mouth.
we go. It's a race now, baby. Who's getting there first?
What were you gonna say, Aaron?
I don't know anymore. So he fucks the horse.
Yeah.
That was the first time he had sex with his current mare friend.
Right. Yes. So he's like, horses don't ever want to kick me. Like he's like, I don't really have that safety concern.
Yeah.
There's none of that shit. I mean, go down on him for half an hour. Who wants to kick that guy out?
Go down on me for half an hour. I'm not kicking you.
No, that's true. That's fair.
Stick around.
So he's asked about if he thinks it's abusive to have sex with animals, and he's like, I think other people are just projecting their darkness onto me. And he's like, I'm not tying up a horse and having my way with it. He's like, I'm really a believer in consensual animal sex.
Yeah, I mean, he's not, mounting the horse with a saddle or putting a bridle on it. Or...
He says, I've met maybe 150 to 200 zoophiles, but I've never seen that. He's like, I've never seen anybody corner.
Force a horse.
Come here, you giant animal! Let
Yeah.
me rape you.
Right.
Yeah, it's.
right.
Do you guys think it's like?
It's weird.
It's weird, but is it abusive?
I mean, with a horse, it's hard.
Yeah, with a horse.
I think we do more as a species. We do more abusive things to horses than please them sexually.
That's what I'm saying. So
Sure. That's this guy's whole argument in the article is he's saying like, I mean, I'm not saying go out there and start fucking. Just.
I am. Fuck it.
Nice.
Why not?
But he's saying we don't care about the horse's consent when it comes to
Glue.
Or yeah, like we're not,
or horse racing or anything like that.
Fucking,
Right.
Milking or getting butchered or
Right.
they milk the bulls and make them nut all the time
yeah.
for
Yeah, husbandry.
Yeah, so
yeah.
obviously the issue is not the
It's
dignity
taboo.
of
It's
the
taboo.
animal.
Yeah.
Right. Who's treating the horse worse? The guy who's building this whole thing and then spending an hour and a half eating pussy and then and fucking it, or the guy who's like, I got Secretariat here, he'll fuck your horse for half an hour
Yeah.
and give me $100,000.
Right.
I can see his logic.
And also, you've seen a horse cock.
I don't agree with
And,
most
like-
of it, but I understand it.
You've seen a horse cock. Like you can
Oh,
fuck
you God knows
a
I
female
have.
horse.
Yes.
Like it doesn't.
Oh, boy.
It doesn't matter to the horse.
That's my favorite part about statues is when they
Right.
put the horse cock on it.
That's my favorite thing about anything.
That's when they put the cock on it.
Yeah.
That's good. So he's just saying there's shitty people if you look up a lot of the zoo porn and shit like that. He's like there's fucking people that are just. He's like, I feel like it's just the abusive nature of porn. Is that there's people that abuse women in porn. He's like,
Right.
He's like,
Do you- animal porn is as much.
that's his argument. Yeah.
of a unreality of the sex act as regular porn.
That's exactly what he's saying.
Yeah, he's working on a different level than most people can conceive of how to talk about these things.
Right.
And he's saying, at least I have consent. And so then the argument is like, what is this?
Yeah.
Even if the animal consents with it, is it still okay? What is happening?
Right.
here?
People just don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Well, I mean, this will give you an idea of why they might not like it.
All right.
The interviewer asks, what sex acts do you usually engage in?
Oh, hell
He
yeah.
says, I mostly have oral sex with mares.
He eats horse puss.
Fox.
It's a horse blumpkin. A horse blumpkin. It's like a regular blumpkin, but with a horse.
Yeah.
Who's getting the...
Yeah, who's shitting?
Who's shitting?
The horse is shitting.
I think we both know who's shitting.
I think the audience is vomiting.
Well, they're going to be in a minute because...
So what happened?
He says, when I first gave a horse oral sex, I was in my early 20s, and one of the things I had to overcome was the thought that it's disgusting to go down on a horse.
Fair. That's fair.
Imagine that.
Yeah, that's fair.
I had to overcome that idea, much like the way some men feel about women. So
No.
No, not at all.
Well,
DJ Khaled.
Well,
He's the DJ Khaled of horses.
Sure.
yeah.
there's some incels out there like, well, he's making a good point.
So it was at the back of my head at the time, and it's kind of strange because there's nothing about horses that's disgusting to me. And as I discovered, mares taste very, very nice, like mown grass or fresh hay.
Wh-
That's what they taste like.
Well, yeah, 'cause
I
that's what they
could've-
eat.
Yep, that's what I could have guessed.
Yeah, they eat it.
That's great.
I taste like pineapple juice and hope.
And they really enjoy oral stimulation, according to this man.
Well, who does?
well, it's because they never get it.
Yeah.
You think Secretariat's eating puss?
And he's
I've been
saying,
calling it puss this episode. I never call it puss in
I
real
was wondering.
life.
and he says he always makes sure the horse has an
not a-
orgasm.
How does he know?
Yeah, that's nice.
Well,
of him.
that's what the interviewer asked.
Oh, God, I love this so much.
She tenses up and winks, in quotes, winks her clitoris repeatedly.
She winks her clitoris?
Yeah,
She claps it.
She makes noises and grunts. Yeah.
You
Which
can't
is
wink a
different.
clitoris.
She also squirts on his face.
Maybe you can't.
I think
wink
it's
a
I think it's a.
clitoris, bro.
What did you say?
I said maybe you can't wink a
Maybe you,
clitoris.
bro.
Shit!
Little tip: if you yell at it,
The clitoris, the clit is real. It's the female orgasm that's a myth.
He's had sex with between 15 and 20 horses and
slap.
6 or 7 humans.
gross.
more.
Yeah. He doesn't remember so much. He hasn't done anything with a male horse in 20 years.
Yeah, gay.
And so he had anal sex with the horse.
A female horse.
He had anal sex with a male horse.
Wait, he got fucked or he fucked
penetrated the
horse?
male horse?
Yeah, he didn't fuck his urethra.
Well, the male horse could have fucked
He
him.
had anal sex with the horse. He can't be penetrated because he has
He's a pussy. I got it.
He has a
severe
prolapse.
hemorrhoids.
Oh, I feel you.
I knew you'd love that. I knew that would just
No, sorry, Wilbur, I can't.
Yeah.
Hemorrhoids, I'd love to, but...
Yeah. Jesus. So,
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
I gotta take my headphones off.
he had a
I hope someone's listening to this in their kitchen.
he had a
Honey, what's
Or
for
their
dinner?
barn.
he had a male human partner that died of AIDS.
Oh.
6 weeks after he met this guy, and that after that he never had sex with a man again. He only had sex with women. And it seems like his sexuality kind of preferred that anyway. He said he didn't like making out with guys because of their beards and stuff.
That's what I was saying.
I'm more of a horse pussy guy.
Yeah. Well, they can handle it. What are they, laying in hay? Your beard's nothing.
Oh man, it tastes like grass.
Yeah.
It's like fresh mowed grass.
So
Smell
yeah,
the smell of new.
he's his therapist is the one that told him this. It was probably the trauma of losing his gay lover that put him off dating men forever. And then the interviewer was like, "So wait, you go to a therapist? Do you tell him?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "At first, I rigorously examined the legal
Good
stuff about what
wow.
you
First, my therapist was astonished, and then he accepted.
Yeah, exactly." And he was like, "Yeah." The therapist was like, "I've talked to some colleagues, and we don't think
We laugh a lot.
yeah, like, we don't think you need treatment, but
Please keep telling us.
And he's,
When you dying at a
Wait,
book.
they knew about the horse fucking, and they're like, "Nah, you good."
yeah.
That's a good therapist.
Yes.
For better or better or worse, probably for better. I think that's a good therapist.
So the therapist, after consulting with her mentors and other experts and sources, she told me
that
she told me that she didn't feel like I needed treatment for my attraction. To which I was like, "Well, duh, I'm not sick."
I wonder if you like asked him like, "Do you fuck donkeys?" So like the Przewalski horse, which is like a completely different species of horse. He's like, "That's fucking gross, dude. What do you think I am?"
Right? Yeah, that is interesting.
I only like Shetlands.
Yeah.
Yeah, like some.
I'm not a monster.
Right, some mule.
It's like, there's just no water buckets big enough for him. I'd love to fuck a Clydesdale. I just can't.
They don't make buckets.
And he's always been attracted to only female horses, though, is also the thing.
Except that one time he fucked a male horse.
And he's monogamous with the. I
imagine.
With the,
He's a traditional,
jealous.
old fashioned. He's old fashioned like that.
Well, he's got two. He only has sex with one.
How does the other horse feel about
yeah.
that?
I don't know. I don't know if the horse. I don't know if it knows. You think it knows?
She
No,
knows.
horses are so stupid.
No, she knows.
You think she knows?
Yeah.
Probably smells his face.
Yeah, she smells his fucking face.
Smells like a beard.
The horse he's fucking probably thinks he's like a really fucked up looking horse.
But
Like,
do you think he also
But
has?
the other horse knows that he's fucking the other horse.
So he's talking about he's like he's been like thinking the horse horse gets colic, you think it's gonna die, and he's like kissing the horse's head and like saying goodbye, thinking the horse is because it's like they're very like health wise temperamental. You know what I mean?
Sure. Another partner too. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, do you think he's like grooming
The next horse.
the next horse, and that's why he's got two? So he's like
Yes.
building
Yes, I
the
do.
relationship.
Yes, I do.
Well, I mean, he's definitely physically grooming it. 'cause
Yeah.
that's
No,
part of the care.
yeah, you
of
got to
having a
do it
horse.
to get all kinds of bugs and shit.
maybe. It's because he's clearly like, first of all, he says, "I'm dating a horse." No, you bought a horse that you fuck. Like, you're not dating a horse. You purchased a horse and, like, you got to fuck. Like, eventually you got to fuck it. What do you
Sure.
mean you're dating a
Yeah, he's
horse?
not taking out to dinner.
Did you
Right.
find the horse in the
Maybe.
wild and, like, you waited 3 nights before, like, you called it? Like, no, you fucking...
Yeah, but also you can't. But in fairness, you can't let a horse go free without somebody being like, "Whose horse is this?
Someone else will.
I want
fuck
to know
it.
whose
Somebody-
horse is this?
Whose horse is this?" You know what I mean?
mean-
Like, it's like you can't. We're never gonna be in the park and like a horse is gonna cruise by. We're like, "Ah, what's up?"
Wild
You know?
horse,
People
yeah.
are gonna be like, "Oh, what's up? Whose horse is
Right.
that?"
The horse is. Horses are domesticated.
They're property. They're sheer property.
It's not
Yeah.
a Disney movie where he's in a field
Yeah.
and they keep running by every day, and then
Right.
every day it comes a little closer until they build a
Yeah,
relationship.
I think there are
But this
very
guy-
few wild horses left in the world.
This guy is also married.
Wait, what?
Married
To a mare?
to a woman.
A female woman?
Yes.
Isn't married? It is what when you're dating a mare. It's married.
Oh
He's
my...
married to a human woman
Mm-hmm.
and aunt.
There better be,
Wait.
like, a whole interview just with this broad.
Yeah, she's worthy of a profile, and it's 5 seconds long. She married a guy who fucks horses.
A guy. I mean, if this guy's talking about this community,
Yeah, it is.
how many people could we be talking about here?
Oh, there's lots.
A number.
But I mean, I think it's also based on this. I mean, you're talking about a married couple who will like watch out for him while he fucks the horse.
She's a down ass bitch.
I mean, it's cucking.
He can't afford. He can't afford to have the
Horse cuck.
the horse at the house, so he's got it at a stable. So she'll come and like act like lookout or whatever.
Okay, we need to know more about this.
And he's already in Canada, so it can't be like, this is my girlfriend in Canada. And he was
Right?
like,
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like she's totally aware of it, totally down with it.
that's a hell of a community.
Honey, you smell like a lawnmower.
But I don't
Have you
even know. I don't even think she's into it. Like she's not a zoophile.
What does she see in him?
I don't know.
an open mind,
I guess.
Lyme disease.
Open mouth.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Him
Maybe
and-
she's just like real sad.
Yeah.
This is the best. She's like, I guess.
Yeah,
There's a lot of small towns out there.
Girls
Maybe
like
she's
me in
busty.
rural Saskatoon can only fucking. The best I could hope for is like he's got a good job,
He fucks
He's
his
in-
horse sometimes.
in
but
shape.
I don't
I mean,
know.
what's-
He's funny.
and he also
He's good
fucks
personality.
a female horse twice a week. But like
you
aside
know,
from that,
cans, goods.
It's good.
It's
it's a real sad lady.
So
so
who
the
is-
horse's name is Miss C.
Miss C.
Yeah, sometimes he calls her Sexy Knickers.
Sarai.
They've been together for 5 years. He picked
Saw
her.
a porno named Almost That.
Yeah, Sexy Knickers.
Almost.
Really?
Yeah.
British pornos aren't that good.
I won't say anything.
I know what he's doing.
Yeah.
He says I picked her up for $100 because she was going on a meat truck. Oh no! Oh god!
I've ate horse
I've never
before.
had.
I mean,
I think I have at some point.
I figured if other people are gonna eat her,
I saved her life. I don't know why I'm doing
if
it.
anyone's eating this horse, it's gonna be me.
But for 5 years.
Rad, what's a Canadian hick accent? So we can start doing that instead of
Yeah.
just American
Generic hick.
generic accent.
Hey,
Hey,
I'll write
where's
that.
Jordy at? He's down at the stables, eh? All right.
fucking,
All right.
fucking insatiable, eh?
Oh yeah, it's all right.
Tell him I called. I'll wait for him in the car. Oh, no, he's going to write Miss C there, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So he's like, I've never had a relationship with a horse that was as in depth as the one I have with her.
Oh yeah, they watch a lot of movies together.
I much enjoy her company. It's really not just about sex. That's something a lot of people don't understand.
No, I think there's more that people don't understand.
Because a lot of people do the horse
Well,
stuff.
I mean, the interviewer keeps asking questions. He's like, do you see her as a partner in human terms? And he's like, that's sort of how I see it, but I guess it's silly to project those kinds of relationship standards onto an animal. And he goes, you see, I
Like,
think-
or like projecting consent onto one. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
you pick and choose your
Yeah,
projection.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now there's like a
Well, hold
horse,
on, hold
if you
on.
want,
Are
it's
you
no
clapping?
horse that
It's-
doesn't want to be fucked is getting fucked. You know what I mean?
I mean, I kind of agree with Rad. I mean,
Oh, dude, if you want to fuck a horse, go for it.
no, I'm saying
doesn't bother
the
me.
horse decides when it wants to fuck you. is
Oh,
what
yeah,
I'm
it could-
saying.
it could kick
'Cause
you
that was,
off,
It was
yeah.
fucking mashing that guy's face into the wall to eat her box.
Yeah, the pleasure principle, baby. The pleasure-seeking animal is just like, I mean, that's,
You know.
what I'm saying is I don't think you can,
How do you measure that? Is it
Right,
is
I mean,
the clapping?
if
the
a
clapping-
drunk person can't give consent, a horse can't.
Right.
Fair enough.
Yeah, sure.
I
Well,
think it just is operating on, this feels good.
even if it's speaking human words.
Well, I mean, it puts some peanut butter in its mouth
was
and
a
then
good guy.
just mouth.
she's always known. The wife has always known. 19 years married. She's the one that encouraged him to go buy horses.
They are close. Wow.
Yeah.
That is
They're never getting divorced.
no. Oh no. That's wow.
Could be messy. Could get messy. Do you know this fucking motherfucker fucks his horse?
She does
I
leave him.
want-
She's like, I want the
I
horse.
want the horse. which half?
I'm gonna take your horse in the divorce.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Should be cock-starved. So she was very open from the beginning. It's like never been a secret. He's always said like horses are always gonna be important to me. This is the deal.
And he fucks her too.
Sure.
Does he say that?
No.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, okay.
But I think it's like a lot of times
Does he wear a condom when he fucks the horse?
he doesn't get into that.
The horse insists.
No, he barebacks it.
Very nice. Very
yes.
nice. Very nice.
Thank you.
Very nice.
I was looking for the next equine term.
She doesn't do it like with she doesn't stand and watch or anything like that. She watches out,
yeah, for
but
the cops.
but she doesn't like get in on it,
Huh? Fuck. Yeah, like Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. Maynard.
And you know they just don't care at that stable. They're like, yeah, that's the guy that fucks his horse.
There he is.
Yeah, he's in there a while, huh?
The horse jisper.
But don't you think that? Wouldn't you think that about like any guy going into a stable? You'd be like,
What's he going
I
there
bet
for?
he's in there fucking that horse.
Oh, I see that. I think that whenever I see a girl with a big dog. Like, it's just girls just walking a Great
Fucking
Dane
dog.
around town. Like, what are you doing? Come on.
Who are you kidding?
Who are you kidding?
You're riding it or it's riding
thing.
you.
You
Let's be
know
honest.
that dog's fucking you on the reg.
Yeah.
I'm learning a lot about you.
What do you have that for? What do you need one of those for?
Oh God. So yeah, he's talking about the time the horse almost died, and he starts like crying in the interview.
So insensitive of you.
I know, Aaron. Aaron, come on, he loves this fucking thing.
No, I don't doubt.
Sexy knickers?
I don't doubt.
She almost went.
Would she break a leg or something?
She had colic, dude. I told you, man.
What, a what?
Colic, the stomach thing. You know, horses get colic. God,
they're majestic creatures. There's horse therapy.
So this guy's actual problem is that their hormones are like seasonal. So like there's a part of the year where he's like, I can't fuck this horse as much as the horse wants to fuck me. He's like, I can't. He's like, I'll be here eating fucking horse pussy all day. You know what I mean? He's like,
what I look like Seabiscuit to you?
Yeah, she wants it.
I'm drowning in horse pussy.
So, but then I'm like, well, what about that?
It's like anything else.
That's not fair.
For who? Him?
The horse.
Oh, that
Horse
he can't satisfy. He can't satisfy her.
But it's stuck in a stable.
Yeah.
That's my problem.
Yeah.
Who's gonna get this horse to nut?
Yeah. Honey?
That's my problem. Isn't that fair? This is the only point where I'm like, hey, what's going on? The rest is legit with me. All of it's fine. But like, you know what I'm saying? Come on.
Ride or die.
You know what I mean?
Ride or they die.
So does he get another horse in that situation? Another dude?
Oh, well, he's got two. That's what I'm saying. I think he's lining.
He's got a whole stable of rods.
I think he's lining something up with this other horse.
It's fucking.
Oh, that's a side horse?
Well, I mean, no, it's not because he's a man of honor, obviously.
He's emotionally cheating.
But he is kind of emotionally cheating.
He's got a carousel. You know.
So he's like. So the interviewer asks, do you wish you could be out and proud? And he's like, absolutely. I've always been a very political person, and one of the reasons I started seeing a therapist is I found lately I'm having trouble with what people say about zoophiles. The same arguments over and over again, and nobody can support me because they get labeled. It's been very hard dealing with these emotions and the heaviness of what it would be like to get caught and what's being said and done to zoophiles. And the fact is, rather than people actually engaging with us, people would prefer to ignore us. What have I done? I'm a normal, average... This is him, not me. What have I done? I am a normal, average, hardworking guy. I pay my taxes. I make fairly good money. I have a nice house. Huh?
It's a nice house.
I have dogs. I have ferrets. I have cats. A couple of rats. Chickens in my backyard I've saved from places where they were just going to get killed. What have I done that's so wrong? What is so wrong about physical contact with my penis and a mare's genitals? That's a sentence he said out loud. What is so wrong about contact with my penis and a mare's genitals?
That is a soundbite I'm going to play forever.
So he's like, he's just like, I think I have a substantial... What do you guys think? That's what I want to hear. What do you guys think?
I think, you know what? It's such a small... I mean... It may be a large number of people, right? To us, right? Let's say it's 30,000, 100,000, whatever. But it's such a small, aberrant group, right? It's such a small outlier group. I don't care. Go for it.
Right.
If you're doing, if he is a representation of the group at large, it sounds fine.
Right. It does sound like he's an outlier, though.
I don't know. I mean,
do you think he's an outlier?
In general, he's an outlier, as I think all these people are. But I don't know if this is how they go about. If this is how you fuck a horse, giddy up.
Yeah, I mean, he really doubles down several times in parts of this interview about you fucking asshole, giddy up.
Yeah.
This horse for try it out.
Cowboy up.
He doubles down several times.
Save a horse.
Ride a horse.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
But if that's how the community is, it sounds just fine.
Yeah.
I mean, these animals want to fuck, and I mean,
but they don't.
You see what they're wearing?
But they don't, right? The
What
horse
do you mean they don't? Like, he's not restraining it. do you know how big and strong a horse is?
I
Like,
just
if it
turned
doesn't
all
want to
of
get
you guys into animal fuckers.
No, I mean,
I just read this guy's words.
man has domesticated horse. I mean, they're big and strong beasts, and people fucking ride them around.
No, I mean,
all the
what
time.
I'm saying is,
yeah, go ahead and try and fuck one then.
What
That's
I'm-
not used to it.
What I'm saying
hey.
is, it's why it's still fucked is, like I said, there's no horses walking around. The horse isn't choosing to fuck in the sky. This horse is probably like,
Yeah,
you know what I
he
love?
bought the horse.
I love a delicious fucking horse cock.
Right. I mean,
Now I got this human one.
this is gonna sound bad, but I agree with what you're saying here because Thomas Jefferson had relationship with his slaves.
Oh, that's a fucked up comparison.
No, it's not at all. This is actually not. And
I know what you mean. It's a pure consent thing.
Quote. It was a quote unquote consensual relationship, right?
Right.
Like, but because of that dynamic of slave and
Yeah,
master,
the dichotomy will never allow
it is absolutely not a consensual relationship.
Absolutely. Yeah, I completely agree.
And so it's the same thing with the horse.
It's not though. And
The
here's why.
horse is property and in captivity, and it only in that situation does it seem like there's consent, but there's not, because if it was out running free, it'd be getting fucked by tons of alpha male fucking
All right, I see what you're saying.
Guys like me and you.
guys like
I
me and
see
you.
what you're saying, but also
Also, I don't care.
Thomas Jefferson was fucking humans who can reason and like make that connection. A horse is really stupid. Like a horse honestly might have
Fuck
the
a
brain
dude anyway.
capacity where like it's just thinking like it's getting its pussy ate by a dude, and it's just like
and
that's-
it's fine with that.
that's the weirdest
You're
fucking
fine. You're
horse.
fine with that.
But like it's eating my pussy.
If
right
a
now.
horse
see what you're
chooses to
saying,
get its pussy eaten by a man in a free
As
society,
long as it's straight.
or a lady,
No. Yeah, I mean, but I also agree with what you're saying is that animals are kind of just more pleasure-seeking creatures than operating on
horses are
instinct.
really simple.
Yeah.
Horses don't recognize themselves in the mirror. Like it doesn't have a sense of self. So like you're telling me it has a sense of like the thing that's fucking me right now is not what's supposed to be fucking me.
Yeah, that's a good point. But it is something the guy bought it
Yeah.
and keeps it in a
No, that's I agree with that.
$100
Like
keeps it in.
you're not dating it, you bought it to fuck.
Right.
Right.
It is.
Well, he bought it to
fuck.
Right, so-
court and then fuck after a year.
Right. So.
Go on with your animal fucking shit.
I don't. I mean,
Well, everybody should fuck animals.
We're doing such worse shit to animals.
No. I agree.
Listen, if this
Do we
guy's,
need to
if
add
this
this?
guy's right,
You want to pile that on?
I think
Let's fuck him too.
I think it's been going on. I don't think it's adding this. I think it's been going on.
Oh, sure.
Hey.
And listen, here's my whole thing.
Fucking animals is
like,
not a new thing.
You know, the whole thing about the like the Mindhunter stuff is the serial killer and profiling serial killers is you don't want to talk to them because you don't want it to spread to you. So there's like a demonization that goes on. You just go, oh no, that's a monster. And then instead it's like, no, we should actually try to understand what's going on so that we have, more appropriate responses to these sorts of things, And I think it's the same thing with zoophiles is that there should be more of a dialogue.
Yeah.
It's hard when it's a crime.
Yeah.
Yes.
But at the same time, fucking kids still isn't okay. You know what I mean? So we're in that wheelhouse. Let's be real.
That's a whole different episode though. I feel.
I think it's better to fuck a horse than it is to fuck a kid
Because
you're gonna kill a horse.
all right.
I mean,
right.
isn't it? Isn't it better to fuck a horse than it is to fuck a human kid?
I don't know, but
I don't judge.
I'm really enjoying laying this minefield for you guys to fuck up on.
I agree,
I'm putting you on the spot.
I don't like this party game, but I agree with you.
I think it's morally more
Superior. It's definitely more graceful.
These kids can't jump hurdles and shit.
No. You're like, I'm a centaur.
These kids look horrible with a saddle on.
me. I'm plowing my plow.
I'll tell you, they don't taste like grass.
Tastes like Gerbers.
So you think this guy has a?
They taste like Gerbers.
Do you think this guy has like a bumper sticker on his horse that says "ass grass"? Or it's all the same to me, or whatever.
Oh yeah. My other ride is
my wife.
my other ride is my wife on the horse's ass.
This ass tastes like grass. No one rides for free.
Yeah, oh god, man.
Yeah, I mean, listen. If this guy's fucking anything, I'm happier that it's a horse and not a child.
Yes. Sure. But I mean, also he's just being like, listen, I'm not saying it's all the same deal. He's like, there's some videos on the internet of like a guy fucking a chicken. He's like, obviously,
right,
painful,
yes,
hurtful,
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, sometimes they'll kill the chicken, so it starts like spazzing out.
Ew.
And they have a cloaca. They don't have a. So there's chicken.
So yeah, he's like,
No chicken clits.
I mean, he'll spend the night with the horse sometimes. Just like sleep in the stable with the horse.
The horse doesn't have to work early in the morning.
Horse doesn't have to get a lift out.
So he's like,
Trot of shame.
he's had 4 or 5 hour evenings with a horse having sex because she wants more when she's, worked up seasonally.
Max load. Yeah.
4 or 5 hour sessions, right?
It's like Sting.
Of just eating the horse's pussy.
Well, presumably he's trying it out and changing it up,
Is
and
he fisting the horse?
I think it's more about him penetrating the horse. Penetrative sex, as he calls
Well,
it.
no wonder it takes forever for her to come.
Yeah.
He's got a fucking tiny human dick.
No, a whole bunch of that is him totally eating her out.
Right,
A ton.
right.
You know
but
what I
like
mean?
in general,
Strong
I mean,
tongue.
What?
he's got a tiny, puny human dick.
Sure.
Do you see what she's used to?
Right. Well, I would assume that he's, probably finishing business before she is with that.
I thought you were going to say, I'm assuming he's packing.
This guy's got a horse cock.
He might be. What if he
Maybe
was?
that's why his wife's married to him.
Yeah.
My husband.
Fuck a horse, anything you want. Anything you want.
Yeah, you bet you that cock's made for fucking horses.
It hurts me, but it's probably good for the horse. Yeah.
I like to wear him out on the horse before he comes into me.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Before he fucking wheelbarrows that thing in the house.
And my husband's
takes it to my room.
my husband's a stud. He's a
think
real
they jo-
stallion in the
Think
bed.
they joke about it?
Oh hell yeah!
You think him and his wife joke about the horse fucking?
Yes.
It's been 19 years.
Yeah.
At this point,
There's
their
been-
life's a joke.
There's been a joke.
Yes.
At least one joke. You think you ever get offended? Don't ever say that! Your words are hurtful.
We're at the deli.
I'm on
No,
the
your
phone with
dick
my
always
mom.
smells like oats.
God. Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
he's a guy, it's like, brutal hemorrhoids, big fat dude. Come on. Come on.
You don't say too much. Now people know who he is. There's only so many guys in Saskatoon who fit that description.
Dick
Right.
smells
Hank?
like sugar.
Is that Hank?
Someone's got carrots.
He always has carrots in his pockets.
Oh, Jesus.
Is there more, John?
An interviewer asks, do you dress up for her?
Ooh, good. That's a good question.
He goes, I just wear barn clothes, nothing fancy, because I'm going to get dirty.
Yeah, that makes it big.
I wear the
big
top
boots.
half of a horse costume.
Yeah, that's what he needs the wife for. They
I
come
come
in as
in-
a horse, like
I come in
two-part.
clanking 2 halves of coconuts.
And she's asking about dates and all types of shit. And he's like, groomer extra on our anniversary, which was Halloween. And
Yeah. What'd you dress as?
top half of a
The
horse.
guy who fucks horses.
Cowboy.
He's talking about, he's like, I love taking her around. People compliment her. Oh, that's gross. Oh, that's gross now.
just going and showing her off,
She's
like
got a glow to her.
taking her out, dogging in it, dogging around.
They
Dude.
try to watch movies together, but they watched The Godfather one time, and that went like that bedroom scene upset the horse real bad.
So she really goes into the questions with this guy. She's like, do you worry about your horse eventually losing sexual interest in you? And he's like, well, ever since she's been sick, I've got the other horse now. And she's been distant.
My man.
But that means he's making this horse feel bad now. So he's like, he's not.
Well, he's like, it's complicated, but I don't want to. I don't want to stop getting my horse nut on. And I thought you were gonna die, so I got this other thing. But now you're living, and
Give it a few months, pal.
I still love you. You know what I mean? Can you blame him?
Yes.
But yeah, he's like the
Who's he hurting?
I mean, he could be annoying the horse. Maybe.
Yeah, that's why she's just sitting on his face.
That'd be hilarious.
Shut up!
They arrested him they arrested him for animal cruelty when they found out that like he started fucking the other horse in front of the horse.
Yeah. That's emotionally.
Yeah.
The first horse, she went to the cops.
Yeah.
Made a fake report.
It's complicated.
It sounds complicated.
So yeah, I don't know. It was like this very long article. I recommend all of you read it. It's
Are
really...
you out with that other horse? Let me smell you. You smell like.
Is that fresh grass?
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
You smell just like fresh grass.
But I don't know. I mean, some of the shit he was saying, and I was like,
Yeah, what's her name? Rounding second. What is it? A murder of crows.
yeah.
What's her name? Santa's little helper. What's her name?
Glenn Ross. That's so weird, dude.
I was very like, I don't know. Maybe it's not bad. I don't know. I mean, like, it's bad, right?
It's good to bring a human face to horse fucking.
Well, I mean, when you can ask every question in the world,
Yes.
it's good.
Yes.
And then all of the answers are somehow not, oh, you're a lunatic.
Even though
You're
a lunatic.
I mean, you're a lunatic to me, I guess. But it was just like, everything was very like, I'm sort of otherwise a pretty boring person. You know what I mean? It was like weird.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know.
Well, it's a I mean, we have cultural taboos that don't really follow. Like, if you examine them under logic, the taboo sometimes falls apart, right? Like, in certain cultures, it's okay to eat certain things or do certain things, that it's not okay. In other cultures, when you take a step back to look at them, there's really nothing big deal about it, right? Like, you can eat horse in some other places, or that's a bad example. But
yeah, I know what you mean.
that we do such horrible things to animals, and while they're still alive, like, we keep them alive doing horrible things to them. That,
yeah, factory farming.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
Factory farming.
It's insane. It's insane.
It is abhorrent.
Yeah,
There's animals I would love if their life was just getting fucked by a dude instead of what was going on.
He rubs your thighs?
Yeah. Some pig getting
I
ready
can't
to become...
move, and I shit in a tube. And then this
My
other
feet
tube...
don't touch the ground, and I'm always pregnant.
Yeah.
I've been chained to the fucking ground since I was a calf.
I got this other tube in my mouth. I got one in my ass.
Oh, man, I'd love if it was some dude's face.
Or cock.
What you're saying is we're so cruel to animals that fucking them isn't that big of a deal.
Maybe we were cruel to animals so we could fuck them.
Oh.
So it looks better by...
Maybe that was the whole human ploy, was to be exponentially cruel to animals so we could justify, see, they like it.
Yeah. It's a whole industry.
Right. Meanwhile, every animal is just looking over their shoulder like, oh, great. Here we go again.
Oh, he's just fucking me. That was going to make me run laps. Sure beats running the old horse race.
Well, there you have it.
Wow.
That was
John,
Wow, John.
very nice.
Amazing.
It's pretty fun, right?
You're so good at finding gross shit.
That was fun.
It's funny.
I'd love to see if I'm still in a relationship when I finish this podcast.
Don't mean any nice horses.
No, I don't.
And if not, you know what? I think I'll be all right.
Yeah.
Patreon subscribers, we love you very much.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this.
We took you guys took us over $500 a month this month, and the merch is coming in. It looks absolutely incredible.
Oh my God! We've got stuff. I mean, by the time this comes out or you listen to it, you can see what some of that looks like online on the Instagram.
Yeah.
Also, hey, if you're a mope, maybe you want to be a tryout.
Yeah.
And if you're a tryout, maybe you want to be
Piss connoisseur.
sure.
Yeah.
Tell your friends, though.
Yeah, tell your friends.
The number one thing is tell your friends. If you actually really think people would like the show,
That's the best gift you could give us, other than maintaining your monthly installment plan, is please tell people and pick your favorite episode and have them try it out.
Yeah.
Because that's how this show is going to grow and allow us to keep making most excellent content for you.
Yes, and I'm going to announce, sort of prematurely, but the True Freaks of the Teak, the top tier hardcore guys, they're going to be getting another shirt following the Freak of the Teak.
Yeah.
Nice.
The True Freaks of the Teak will be getting the I Freak at the Teak Do You with a, I think John put it, a piss yellow shirt and a slut pink ink.
That's correct.
And a special secret super surprise t-shirt following that.
It's going to be bomb.
It's fucking,
It's nice.
it's very nice.
It's nice. I'm going to call it there. Radisson Zaharia, thank you for being here.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Thank you for shedding some light on your personal experience with interspecies erotica.
Anytime, I just want to spread the word.
Yeah.
Canadians. Huh?
All right, I love you. I'm out of here. I'm John Fahey.
I'm Aaron Peter.
Remember something.
Love you guys.